here it is. Ooh. Backcountry, game of wilderness survival, the AT version. We first encountered this game at Uncle Johnny's. We found the cards, but not the board or any of the other pieces. And we thought, wouldn't it be so cool to be able to play this game? Well, yeah, this thing is something else, man. The goal of the game is to complete, everybody has to complete the whole trail, but is to have the most points when you complete it, right? And as you're going down these things, you draw, like a white blaze card. You get to a shelter, you draw a shelter card. If it says food drop, you get your food drop. You have to pay in 1 food unit every time you roll the dice, right? And we weren't sure, how many dice you roll. It says doubles, re-rolls. There's a lot of interpretation with this game, and then you get to you get to a bear zone, northbound, southbound, draw a bear card. So you draw a bear card and it says bear gnaws on the residue left from your stove from cooking, lose stove, right? So you'll lose you get these gear. Oh my god, this game is complicated, right? So you start off, you have to choose a player first, right? You get one of these things, and on the back it tells you what gear that you start with. These are all worth points, and how much food you start with. And there's also a weight thing for advanced play, and that's when you get to a shelter that has a weight check, like that one there. You have to total up your weight, and if you're over your weight, you got to ditch some gear, you got to ditch some food. You can trade cards with other players, and ultimately that's kind of the gist of it. You get scenic cards for the first person to pass the scenes. You get state cards for first person to complete the state. Those are worth total points at the end. So yeah, it was funny, Some of these cards in here were really ridiculous. Yeah. Your friend fills your backpack with rocks. How cruel. Lose 2 turns. Or you built your fire next to a natural gas line, right? And it blows up. Evac to med center, So you get sent back to the med center. Another one, a bear eats your boots and your poles. Lose boots, lose poles. It's why would a bear eat poles? Who knows? Yeah, game's interesting. But, it gets a little crazy, especially you get these -2 to your next 2 turns, It's it gets hard to keep track of that because you get all these minuses and pluses over here. It's oh my goodness. Well, that's it. The Backcountry. The game we knew we were going to play one day. And they actually designed it so you could take it on trail. So they get waterproof bag to put it in. The map is supposed to be waterproof, and they put in cards that were empty, so you could make up your own stuff. So we were thinking about putting pink into it, and we're just get a color printer and put his actual picture on the card. And say, you encountered pink, who gets you drunk and stoned. You lose 2 turns. Oh my god. Yep. That's the game.